Hello, this is Geoffrey Giuliano, and I wanted to just chat informally about my relationship with Denny Laine, such as it was. I first met Denny on the High Street, St. John's Wood, in a pub in the company of Chrissie Hynde from The Pretenders, and of course, his inimitable, highly original, one-of-a-kind, charmingly beloved Jojo Laine, whom I was staying with in her flat there, which she bought, I believe, from the proceeds of a expose that she did at the end of Wings in the London tabloids. Good move, Jojo. It's worth a lot now. After having been introduced to Denny over drinks at the pub, we were joined by Mickie Most, the famous 60s producer of most of Donovan's works, and Jeff Lynne from Electric Light Orchestra. It's kind of a rock and roll street. There's a lot of people around there. Not far from McCartney's house in St. John's Wood, and of course the famous zebra crossing in front of Abbey Road Studios. And a nifty little place it was. At the time, I was overseeing the writing and production of the memoirs of his wife Jojo. They were, I believe, divorced, but still very good friends. Denny's a kind of hard man to know. He's got a social side, which is perfectly reasonable, but to kind of dent the armor is not easy. But we did have some kind of relationship and spent some time together. Traveling around England, I remember, to some of his pubs, later hanging out at his home in Windsor with his new wife, Helen Grant. That's right, Helen Grant from Peter Grant of Led Zeppelin fame. There was talk of me doing a book with Denny, but ultimately that morphed into Denny doing the introduction and supplying a great deal of research, both in speaking with me and supplying very rare documents for my book, Blackbird, The Life and Times of Paul McCartney, to which I thank him very much indeed. Having been an integral part of that project, it then came to pass that Denny, drifting around the world, ended up at my place at 735 East Market Street in Lockport, New York, a great big Gothic manor house overlooking the Erie Canal. Denny stayed for about 6 months and didn't really do much aside from playing the guitar, which, as his profession was, as a world-famous guitar player, seems now perfectly acceptable. At the time, I wondered, what the hell is he doing up there? Just like somebody's old dad. Eventually, Jojo showed up, and the two now divorced lovers took up residence once again and for a final time at my place. Now, there was talk for a time of me managing Denny Laine, and even a contract was signed, but nothing really came of it. Denny being difficult, and me perhaps even more, so the twain just didn't meet. But there were, in fact, many memorable jam sessions in the downstairs living room of my old home, wherein Denny would pick up the acoustic guitar and breeze through songs like Mull of Kintyre and Blackbird to everyone's absolute astonishment. He really could play.